Hello, and welcome to Podcrashed. This podcast can be a bit of a train wreck, mate. All this jabbering about life and liberty and the pursuit of all things random. I like it, and I hope you like it too.
Shut up and sit down.
You always look like you just committed some sort of crime, or you're trying to get away with something. Like I'm drinking something and you're like, I put something in that, but you don't know.
Shane has
After you
to
do
be
everything, just say, gotcha.
aware of his arm movements during the podcast.
Oh, was I making too much noise?
Yeah,
I
because you
was-
talk with
That's
your
all right.
hands, and
Well,
then you go,
Well, I was using I remember trying to make the table shake with my
no,
arms.
it was the entire, every time you talked.
Well, you like when you did your hand, you.
Oh,
Yeah,
talked about them.
Oh,
that's all right, yeah.
I don't remember.
Last time we did the, Justin popped in on one of our episodes, and he sat there and he was playing with the mic the entire time.
We didn't have headphones on, so we
And
didn't
going
know.
like this.
Yeah. And we got mad at him. We yelled at him, and he's like, "Oh!" And then we realized he didn't have headphones, so he didn't know that's what noise it was making.
But then he kept doing it. He'd forget about it, and then he'd
Yeah.
start doing it again.
That's okay. I'm notorious for making sounds, and April just hates it.
I'm sorry.
Clicking
April.
things.
It's just a
Well, no,
bad
just
hearing
just
of hers.
like making a point and banging the table doesn't.
I'm a passionate
Bother me.
talker.
That's fine. No, but like Anna just like rhythmically clicks a pen
Yeah.
or a thumb drive.
Yeah, she
And this
hates
picks
it.
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
does.
can hear
really
things.
does.
My ears pick it up.
Yeah,
I guess hers
she's got
don't.
them good
but
microphone and the good headphones. I don't.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that your earrings are rose gold
Yeah.
and pretty.
Thank you. I like a rose gold, even if they say they're supposed to be out in 2018.
Not according
Whatever.
to Tara.
Whatever. Yeah,
What-
right?
Did you see? Are you friends with Tara?
Yeah,
on
I
Facebook?
became friends with her after the Christmas party.
She added all of us.
What
Yeah.
did she say? What did she say about it?
Oh,
She said, if someone tries to tell me Rose Gold is out in 2017, so is your mom.
2018.
Yeah.
I know. I felt the same way. I'm like, yes, I like rose gold too much. Anyway, it's privilege. No, what's the term? Privilege problems? No,
White people
right?
problems.
People problems. Welcome back,
Hello again.
old friend. Welcome to another episode.
old friend, the one person.
old
that
old friend.
listens.
Hey, you, that one person listening. How you doing today?
I got it. My it feels weird to say my new aunt Mindy, but my aunt said that she listens,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Hi, Mindy.
Oh my god. We keep doing that.
I wonder why people think we're married.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every place they go. Well, when we went to Tennessee, everyone thought we were Shane's sister wives. We're like,
She's
yeah,
not
okay.
kidding.
Because they always want to bark at you to get like those old timey photographs taken, and they're always like, "Hey, are you married?" Nope. Just keep walking.
And they would only look at me when they talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he was the
Tennessee.
man.
Just the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the only
Shush,
one who
women.
can speak.
Yeah.
Speak
Well,
when you're spoken
let your
to.
husband talk for you. So we have joining us again, Shane and Savannah.
Yay!
We're
Okay.
here. Hi.
Hi.
And so we thought since we did the escape episode, which if you haven't listened to, go ahead and listen to that now. We thought it'd be fun to do another episode, but like just a general topic. Even
See
if
where it
even
takes
though we
us.
did spend the first 20 minutes of the last episode talking about something that wasn't about escape rooms, which we may or may not leave in. Who knows?
Pencils.
Pencils. So we thought, well, we've done a 90s episode. Just one?
Yeah, I think it's kind of slipped in a few places.
Right. And we thought, I thought it'd be fun because you guys do have a 90s themed room and we're all kids of the 90s to do a throwback. But I thought it'd be cool to just do like party like it's 1999 and just talk about 1999. Is that cool with everybody? No one had any objections when I suggested it.
Yeah.
So you might be thinking, how can we talk a whole hour about 1999? Well, a lot of things happened in 1999. So this is according to popculture.us.
All right.
So I can't speak to the quality. I can't speak to how the accuracy of this website. However, okay, so 1999, the top song was "Smooth" by by Santana
Oh,
featuring
that's a good
Rob
song.
Thomas.
That is a
Remember
good
the
song.
I danced at my recital to that song. I did a jazz dance to it.
I can't wait to see you do it again.
I only remember, no, it was a tap dance. I only remember one move.
Where
Which
you just tap your foot.
No, you tap in a box. So like you tap your feet in and then you ball change. You tap your feet in and ball change, but you do it in a way that when you're done, you're facing the other way. And you do it until you come all the way around. That's the only step I remember from that entire.
Smooth is a really smooth song, isn't it? I think. Do you think it? What it? They. Hold on a second. I think they say it sits low in the pocket. Is that what that means?
I've never heard that term.
I wonder what that means. That makes me think of smooth. I wonder
Yeah.
if that's.
I
Descriptive
was
of
never a
smooth.
big fan of Rob Thomas's voice in Matchbox
What?
20.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I didn't mind Matchbox 20, but there's something about his voice because it was very specific, like very unique, that I always kind of was like, but then Smooth It, like I really enjoyed it on that track.
It's like sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Need to Know. That was the other song that year that we did a dance to.
Tell
Remember?
me, baby girl.
Because I Need to Know, Mark
Oh.
Anthony. Prince, the price of a Dannon yogurt was 50 cents.
A
Wow.
Dan and yogurt?
Dannon yogurt,
Dannon
8
yogurt.
ounces, $19.99, and the price of a movie ticket, $5.
Wow.
Now it's a matinee, $7.25. If you go during the evening or whatever, it's upwards.
$8.50?
Yeah.
$9.
Yeah.
The world population was. Say that number.
Probably a billion something.
5,999,000,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang. Now we're up to 7 billion?
And we don't have, but millennials need to have kids. That's what I never understood. Like people like them encouraging people to still keep having kids. I'm like, why? We got plenty of people.
Apparently, it affects our.
What is it called?
Economy?
The money. Yeah, the economy.
The
The money
economy.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there aren't people buying stuff. And
Oh, come on.
I'm like, give us an optimistic future. Maybe I'll have a kid. Big Mouth Billy Bass singing Plastic Fish was introduced in
My grandpa
1999.
loved those.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Is that what it's saying?
And it also sang Take Me to the River.
Take me to the river.
Yes. That thing that came out and was so hot for like 5 minutes. And
We
then
had one of those.
everybody bought one and then nobody cared after that. But they had a series of like singing stuff like, because we would sell in the store. They were like plastic flower pot and the flowers would dance.
Do you remember
and
those
spin.
parrots
Yes.
That would parrot what you said.
I had
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I had one.
Those were
Parrot.
annoying.
Yeah. The two biggest quotes of the year were "I see dead people,"
because
from
the sixth.
The
Sense.
Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
and "Is that your final answer?" from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh.
Which we still say like when I play games with people, and they're like, "I
Yeah.
think it's this, but maybe it's this," and I'm like, "What's your final answer?"
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Let's
surprised
see.
it wasn't. When did Your Mama come out? Like, Your Mama.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Probably.
Probably.
earlier.
that was
90s?
earlier
Probably
90s.
2002.
Really?
Yeah.
They used to have,
Wait. We both went different directions. I think it'd be earlier.
Well,
90s.
your mama jokes were like early 90s, I think, but like I remember the show Your Mama with Wilder Valderrama.
Builder
Wilder Valderrama. Wilmer, yes, but his name rhymes anyway. And that was like early 2000s, where they would just tell your mama jokes to each other.
Okay,
There's
maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Like that was your mama joke. It
Yeah.
was popular like 2002.
I remember that.
Let's see. This just weird facts about 1999. 3.4 million copies of the animated Disney movie The Rescuers were recalled in 1999 because it contained 2 frames where you could see a naked woman in the background.
Why is there a naked woman in an animated movie?
There's a couple. Well, you ever heard the thing
Same
about
reason why there's a dick on the cover of
the original Little Mermaid?
Okay.
You got
Yeah.
some pervs working over there.
I think so. I think you had people like hiding them to see like if people would find them and stuff.
I bet you that movie.
From a creative like standpoint, Shane and I would do something like that in our escape room.
Yeah, right.
We throw in little like nudges
Nuggets.
to stuff.
Yeah.
Not sexual, but
No.
I mean,
Oh, don't think I
Nuggets.
didn't notice in the CSI room that the one guy's name was.
Carter Bazin.
Oh
From
no,
the
I was
Gossip Girl?
I was gonna say
Sam Berkowitz.
Yeah,
The
son of Sam.
David Berkowitz is the actual son of Sam.
Yeah.
But we needed a son for a serial killer, so we called him Sam.
Yeah.
Berkowitz. Yeah, they're all nods to
Right.
other things.
Let's see. Male supermodel Fabio was asked to be the first one to ride Apollo's chariot at Busch Gardens and got hit in the face by a
Duck.
goose.
Oh, goose.
Yeah. Duck, duck,
I hit the
goose.
table. Like my Aunt Patty would do.
Let's see. A Florida man auctioned his kidney on eBay. The post read, "You can choose either kidney. Buyer pays all transplant and medical costs. Of course, only one for sale, as need the other one to live. Serious bids only. The bid reached $5.7 million before the company abruptly ended the sale."
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody was really looking forward to that kidney. That's mean.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I don't think you should be auctioning them, but it's your body.
That's
Why
true.
not? Why not?
That's true. Well, in the early days of eBay, but they didn't have as many regulations, and then they started having to imply it. But like, because people, would try to sell like body parts, or like I remember one I heard about on the radio was some guy was some guy was trying to sell the house that a serial killer lived in. I want to say it was Ed Gein or something, or a plot of land that he had gotten from somebody who had bought it at the auction after this mass murderer, and he like tried to sell it on eBay, and they're like, you can't sell murder paraphernalia, so you can't sell like weapons that were used in trials or whatever. So, but they didn't always have those regulations when they started.
They counted the house as murder paraphernalia?
Well, it was because it was featured in the trial because they found dead bodies in it.
If he wouldn't have marketed that.
Yeah,
maybe.
he not marketed towards like this is the house this person
that
lived
was
in.
the point, though, right?
Yeah.
Because people are into that.
Yeah, that's I can see why he put it up, but then they came back and were like,
Aren't you
can't
into
do it.
that?
I don't know if I like would,
Serial killers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I'd want to live in like I'd probably do one of those things where you like stay the night, but I don't think I'd buy a house that there were
no.
murders in.
Yeah, I don't want to.
If I was going to buy a house and people were like, "Oh, by the way, someone was killed here," I don't think that would deter me if I was already going to buy it.
I have to have someone walk me to the bathroom after I watch a scary movie, so I don't think living in a
I don't
dead
know. I
people
might say
house.
like, okay, how were they killed?
Right.
How did the killer get into the house?
But in the same respect, as much as I wouldn't be worried about it, I'd also wouldn't put my last dime into it. So therefore, if I had to move it was haunted, I would. Because I can't stand in horror movies where they're like,
Amityville Horror.
we put all our money into this and we can't move. Why would you do that? Give yourself an escape route.
Burn it down and get the insurance money, man.
Right? Okay. 1999, Y2K was a bust.
Yeah.
Many people thought
It
that
didn't happen.
the most computers would stop working when it hit 2000.
I remember that vividly, where like hearing as it got closer and closer, hearing more people that have committed suicide or like killed themselves and their families because they don't want to live through the apocalypse.
That's crazy.
And then
And now
just
we
nothing
live in a
happens.
society where someone calls
We're-
the apocalypse out every couple months and
And we're-
nobody cares.
I feel like it's like we're begging for the apocalypse. a
Oh, at
little
this
bit.
point.
Like it's like popular culture to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we want to like fight zombies
zombie
and stuff.
thing, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
this isn't 1999 related, but it just reminded me of I think it was probably in 2012 when The Rapture was coming.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone they were selling shirts like I'm prepared for the rapture.
Yeah.
And like I remember because it was like at a specific time too, right? They're
Yeah.
like 6:30 p.m. The
Yeah.
rapture's happening.
12, 21, 12.
Was that based
12,
on the
12
Mayan
or something?
calendar?
Yeah, the Mayan
Yeah.
calendar ends at 2012. They don't know why, but people thought it was because of the apocalypse. Do you know where I was? I was in Chicago in the Hancock building at the top floor when it hit.
Were you on the 12th floor?
Wait,
No.
when Y2K or
No, when
Mayan
the Mayan
calendar.
calendar, because we were there for our bachelorette party over the weekend, and we're like,
when it hit?
isn't it true?
When it came and passed and
And we're
nothing
like,
happened.
and we were joking. We're like, well, this would be a terrible place to be if this actually does happen, but it didn't, so we were good. Eminem's mom sued her own son for $10 million for slander on the album The Slim Shady LP. She was only rewarded $1,600.
Oh, that's sad.
He was
mean.
but I hear she was not a good mom to have, so I can't be.
That song, what's that song called?
Cleaning out my closet.
It made my hair stand up on my arms. You
Yeah.
know? It was really, really.
But he since has come out and been like, I was really harsh on my mom and my ex-wife, and I probably shouldn't have been as mean. But yeah, he had a rough childhood. So, Tarzan film soundtrack came out.
Tarzan.
Rosie O'Donnell.
She came out then.
No, Rosie O'Donnell was in Tarzan. She was one of the voices in
Oh,
Tarzan.
was she?
Rosie O'Donnell?
I have to confirm, but I'll confirm.
I don't remember the movie as much as I remember the
Oh,
soundtrack.
yeah. She
Phil
was,
Collins, right?
yeah.
One of the
Yes,
little
yeah.
monkeys.
It was
I
like
think.
how when the
the
soundtrack.
main one, Turk.
It was
Yeah.
like how when the soundtrack to Lion King came out, it was a huge deal because it was all Elton John. The Tarzan soundtrack was all
Phil
Phil
Collins.
Collins, and it was a really good
I
soundtrack.
live for Phil Collins. Probably not something you would think about.
Right.
right?
I still like "In the Air Tonight" is like one of my favorite songs.
Oh, anytime on like the voice contest, like
Yeah.
American Idol, The Voice,
Yeah.
X Factor. Anytime someone covers
Yeah.
"In the Air Tonight," I'm about it.
Yeah. Cher got a number 1 hit with the song "Believe."
Hey.
Do you believe?
Yes, I remember when she came out with that album. It was all like dance music and stuff.
I love Cher.
She
I
holds.
think I have to say that, but I mean it.
Yeah. She does. I don't know if this is still current, but at the time she held the record for the longest time span between 2 consecutive number 1 hits. Dark Lady in 1974 and Believe in 1999.
Nice.
25 years.
It's probably still true.
Yeah. The Pokemon. Let's see.
Was Believe before or after Turn Back Time?
After, because Turn Back Time was like 96. It was a different album.
Oh. Is that her last number 1?
I don't know if that went to number 1 because it didn't say that was just, well, maybe because it said between number 1 hits, implying that her. No, that can't be right because that means that would imply she didn't have a number 1 hit between 74 and 99, which I would find very difficult to believe. But it used to be harder to get number 1 hits because they went based on radio play and CD sales, and now it's just based on whether people download it on iTunes or watch it on YouTube. So I think it's easier to get a number 1 now than it was.
Yeah, more, instead of going on, like, most requested or something like that, it's, how many people are listening to it.
Cher is the only artist to have a number 1 single on a Billboard chart in each of the past 6 decades.
Oh.
Your website is wrong.
Sorry, Pop Culture US.
It didn't say that it was between. Did you say consecutive?
It said Cher holds the record for longest time span between 2 consecutive number 1 hits in the U.S.
Oh.
So that's
Placed
what
second.
that's
recently.
2 different things.
Okay,
What I think
yeah.
that's saying is that longevity.
Oh.
She had a
Hit.
hit like 60 years ago and 30 years ago. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
So she's
That makes
had
sense.
a bunch of hits
Yeah,
since then.
in every single
but That
decade.
was the longest span.
Let's see. The Pokemon Kadabara hasn't appeared in the anime or Gold game following a lawsuit filed by someone in 1999 claiming that Nintendo turned them into an evil occult Pokemon character. So I guess one of the original ones isn't featured anymore. November 5th, 1999 was Burn All GIFs. GIFs? How do you say that?
I think it's
GIFs.
GIFs.
I thought I heard it's called
I say
GIFs.
I say
I
GIFs,
say
but
GIFs.
I think it's I don't know. Burn All GIFs Day, when the internet banded together to put an end to GIFs once and for all. It didn't work.
It sure didn't.
But you remember early 90s internet where it was all like the flash media, so it was all like
Yeah.
those types of they weren't like actual video clips like they are now.
April, does Anna only communicate in GIFs with you?
I like
Because
it.
that's how she communicates with us.
It sums up what I'm saying.
She throws them in randomly, but
Oh,
no.
it's like
she's
pretty much her only form of communication with us. GIFs and the thumbs up in the, the
and you're
Facebook
the one
Messenger.
that gets on Justin about that.
And the thumbs up means okay. So if the situation calls for an okay, then that's what I'll give it. But if it requires a follow-up statement, then I
Then
will
we get
answer.
a GIF. Yeah.
Exactly. The writer's strike in 1999
Oh, yeah.
caused a restriction of live actors and advertising. So needing an advertising campaign, an insurance company turned to CGI to replace the actor, the Geico Gecko. So it came about in 99 because they couldn't hire an actor to be in their commercials. So they
Oh,
created
wow.
a gecko.
Oh.
We don't need you.
No.
We have a lizard.
But they needed a British guy to do the voice, though. I imagine maybe they didn't have to pay. Maybe it wasn't the
I
same.
mean, you can get an American that can do decent
right?
British accent.
Like how the Outback Steakhouse is probably just a dude and not
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. Until 1999, the state of Montana didn't have a speed limit on their interstates. Instead, they encouraged drivers to be responsible and prudent.
Huh.
So, in 1989, movie adaptation of the 1965 TV series Wild Wild West was starred Will Smith,
Ooh, I remember that
turning
one.
a giant steampunk spider. That actually pretty appropriate in the source material.
Don't know if you knew this, but pretty sure you can see Will Smith's taint in
That
Wild
movie?
Wild West.
He's naked in the one scene, right?
Yep, and when he stands, I'm pretty sure you can see his taint.
Do you remember, this wasn't 99, but do you remember the movie Now and Then?
Yes,
Of course I do.
And the scene where Devon Sawa is wearing a towel and he bends down to grab his shirt because they're...
I've watched that frame by
And
frame.
I know,
many
and
times.
I always look to see if you can see. I think I was like, can
It's
you see?
underwear.
That's the thing is,
He's wearing underwear.
which is good because I want to say he was like 15. So
But so were we.
that's true. It's not creepy if you were young at the time. Is it
We
creepy?
were the same age.
Yeah.
We were the same age. I used to watch that frame by frame, trying to find it. I swear
Can
to
you
God.
see his dick? Can you see
You
his dick?
couldn't. You couldn't.
The Mummy was also so successful that the morning that it opened, Universal Studios phoned the director and said, "We need another one," which did not turn out well because the second one's not very good.
Oh, with Brendan Fraser, right?
And then there was a third one, and then they rebooted it, whatever.
Recently.
Yeah, last year, which was not good.
Yeah. Well, that was
Was
with
that Tom
Tom
Cruise?
Cruise. Yeah.
And he had like full creative control, which I think is why it's not good because I don't think he knows what a good movie
Does
is.
he be cray cray?
I
Well,
think
he's
he's.
Scientologist.
I
so-
think I think he's good when people tell him what to do, but I don't think when he has creative control he does good stuff.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, just gonna reference everything here. All the right moves. If you pause it just right, you can see his penis, which is a quote from Scream.
Yeah.
Scream, and relevant to our conversation because we were just talking about.
So my sister used to do this thing where she would go through phases where she would like develop these crushes on actors, and she would go and watch all the movies they were in. She did it with like Kiefer Sutherland, and she did it with Johnny Depp like in the early 2000s. So we went and well now, but at the time he was all right.
Never.
Anyway, so we went and rented a bunch of his movies, and we found a list that said that in one of his first movies that he did before he did Nightmare on Elm Street called Private Resort, you could see his butt. And we couldn't just eat, and it was before we could really like. I mean, Amazon
Google
was
it.
around or Google it, like
Yeah.
you couldn't YouTube it. So we like had to go. We like went to like 4 or 5 different video stores before we found a copy on VHS of Last Resort, and you do see his butt in it. But it looks like everybody's like it just looks like an ass. It's
looks
not
like a
like.
Not a good one
But the idea that you could see Johnny Depp's butt,
Hey.
that's all we needed.
for
Hey.
some people.
Now you see everyone's butt.
He was like, you didn't like him in the 90s?
I've
Like
never
Benny.
liked
Did you ever
Johnny
see Benny and June?
Yeah. The hat, there's a hat. in it?
Yeah. Well, he's like doing a Charlie Chaplin the whole time. I think that's the cutest Johnny Depp because he's like young and he's not like doesn't have all that facial hair and like pirate jewelry that he wears
Yeah.
now.
Oh, really? Because I really liked him in Pirates of the Caribbean. I thought that's when he looked the best.
I liked him in the first one. It got real old real quick though. I can't watch him anymore.
He seems like a
First
nice
three are
guy.
good.
Well, except he beats his wife.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
His last-
He does like nice things for his fans. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's a tricky situation because I don't think he's a but then his wife, the woman he was not married to but with for like
Sienna, was that her name?
her name was Vanessa Para something. She's a French actress. He was with her for like almost 20 years, and she came out and was like, he never laid a finger on me. So I don't know. It was hard to.
Didn't he? Who? Okay.
He married Amber Heard for like 2 years, and
Amber
they had a huge split. And she said he abused her and all this stuff. And
Is she busty?
yes,
Okay.
she's busty and blonde, and she's gonna be in the new, the love interest in the new Aquaman franchise.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
She was in.
For the win.
Do you remember Zombieland in the very first part where he talks about the girl that he picks up at his dorm?
Yeah.
It's her. But anyway,
Oh.
not important to 1999. But yes, they had Woodstock '99. Do you remember this?
My father went to it.
Maybe.
did he?
Limp Bizkit.
Did he set fire to something?
It was his lighter. Yeah.
he's like, I'm sick of this $5 bottles of water and the shitty,
Wasn't
outhouses.
it Limp Bizkit? Was Limp Bizkit
Limp
the headliner?
Bizkit was there. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pretty much all kind of all.
Was
all
Marilyn
acts.
Manson there? No, that's
Possibly.
probably Ozfest.
Yeah, there was like
Probably.
a slight divide, but yeah, it was all like those that shitty alternative stuff that was on the radio at the time. Limp Bizkit, Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Green Day.
Godsmack.
Probably. I'll look up the Woodstock '99.
See who was there.
So your dad went to it. Did he enjoy himself, or was he like, nope?
I don't know if he would have shared his experience with me because at the time I was, 12.
I'm
You
gonna
don't-
ask him. Can I
Yeah.
ask him?
Ask him now, yeah.
When do you see my dad?
Well, the next time he's here, help him
Okay,
with something.
performers. Let's see. We had Frostbite Blue, KJ James, Little Big Jam, Gridley Page, Red Herring, Rattle Biscuit,
Do you know any of
and
these
Bloom
people?
Flip. Nope. Okay. String Cheese Incident. I know that band. George Carlin and the Parliament Funkadelic All Stars.
Oh wow.
But then we had let's see if I know, because these are they did different stages, so that was probably not the main stage. East stage. James Brown was there. All right. Cheryl Crow, The Offspring, DMX, Korn, Bush,
Bush is good.
Bijou Phillips. All right.
Isn't it Bayou?
No, it's Bijou. Maybe
Do
Ben
you say it
Lee.
Bijou?
I say Bijou.
Bijou.
Is there like a pronunciation thing? Keep going. Keep going.
Let's see. Moby.
Oh my God. Moby.
Everclear, Ice Cube, Los Lobos, The Chemical Brothers, Kid Rock, Wyclef Jean. I didn't realize there were so many rap acts. Alanis Morissette was there. Dave Matthews Bound, Counting Crows, Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, Metallica.
Ooh.
Yeah, they had a lot. Godsmack, there you go. Megadeth, Collective Soul,
Godsmack.
Our Lady Peace. Willie Nelson was there. Brian Seltzer Orchestra that sang Zoot Suit Riot.
Oh my
Remember that
gosh.
song? Jewel, Elvis Costello.
Jewel was
Creed
there?
feature, yeah.
Creed. Oh my God.
Creed.
Can you take me higher?
With arms wide open. Muse was there. Man. Yeah, there was like hundreds of people, so of course they weren't all winners.
Jewel.
Jewel.
Oh.
These hands are small, I know. PayPal was voted one of the 10 worst companies in 1999.
Oh, crap.
Now it's still around, so people didn't care that much.
People still use it. Yeah.
Okay. Collecting Pokemon Pocket Monster toys, cards, and games was a thing. You can watch them on TV. Pocket Monsters. Sounds like
I don't remember Pocket Monsters.
That's what Pokemon means.
Oh,
is that-
that's what it translates to as Pocket Monsters?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
The Blair Witch Project hit theaters. It earned $248 million and cost $25,000 to make.
And got
Shaky
snot
cam.
everywhere.
Yeah. People were like throwing up and like passing out because of the shaky cam.
Oh, because of the shaky cam.
Not 'cause
I
they
thought
were
you were going to say
scared.
because it was scary, because that was the least scary movie.
It's
Yeah.
so hard to follow that it's not frightening because you're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure if I knew what was going on, it'd be terrifying. No idea what's going on. Watching ABC TV's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a thing. We already established that. Sega Dream, the game systems that were popular for Christmas: Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64 DD, Furby Babies, Pokemon, Mary-Kate and Ashley and Britney Spears dolls, Chuck E. Cheese, Pizza Factory, Pokemon Gold and Silver video games.
Yep. Remember all that.
All right, popular movies that year: American Beauty, American Pie, Analyze This, Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me,
Great movie.
Being John Malkovich, Big Daddy, The Blair Witch Project, Double Jeopardy, Fight Club, Galaxy Quest, The General's Daughter,
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
The Green Mile, The Iron Giant, Man on the Moon, The Matrix came out that year, The Mummy, Mystery Men, Notting Hill, Office
Mystery Men.
Space, Runaway
Hill.
Bride, The Sixth Sense, Sleepy Hollow, Star Wars Episode 1, Stuart Little's Toy Story 2, The World Is Not Enough, and Wild West. Those were the big movies that year.
Nice.
Some of them are,
Pretty good ones.
right?
Classics, you might say.
By now, yeah.
Yeah, at the time, I don't remember how many of these. I remember seeing some of these in theaters. Like, I remember seeing Wild West at the Balm before they redid it, and it looked nice.
I saw it at the
when there
Balm,
was still,
too.
like, half the wall was damaged by fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 3 theaters.
I went and
right?
saw The Matrix, but I haven't seen it since. We used to, like, beg our parents to drop us off at the movies because we couldn't drive yet.
Keanu Reeves in a vat of goo
Right?
That man does not age.
with no hair.
That's a sad. Have you ever heard his story? So he like was engaged in the early to mid 90s. He was engaged, and his girlfriend was pregnant, and then she died in a car accident. They had a car accident. They lost the baby, and then she died from cancer like a year later.
Oh, wow.
And since then, he like doesn't date people. He like lives by himself. Like he's really like a really private. Like he lives in New York, and like there's people who post like videos of him like just riding the subway with people.
Wow.
Like he really lives way below his like Hollywood means. He seems like a really sweet person.
Wow.
And they're going to make another Bill and Ted movie at some point.
With Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and Alex Winter. They've already said they'll do it. They just need a script,
Nice.
which probably won't be good, but I don't care.
You should write the script.
There you
They
go.
had like an idea of like, but they of how like they're supposed to have changed the world with their music, and they're adults now and they haven't changed the world, and they're starting to worry like why it's not working. I
It's
think that'd be
funny.
Yeah. The number one TV shows in 1999. Does anyone have any guesses?
It probably wasn't Party of Five.
Okay.
Nope. I think that was either not off or maybe near the end.
Full House?
Nope.
No? Damn.
I was in 5th grade, so I just have to remember. I mostly watched the Disney Channel.
Yeah, a lot of these are
Disney
adult
Channel,
TV
Disney-
shows.
Okay.
Was Modern Family or something to that equivalent?
No, Modern
No.
Family's probably 2000
General
something.
Hospital.
No, this
Like
is. I think this is
2009.
night TV, like TV during the evening, because there's no
MASH.
soap operas on here. No, you have any concept of
time?
time period? April?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, the number one we've already mentioned. It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh wow.
Number two is ER.
I said General Hospital.
It's not the same thing. Not the
There was a
same.
little bit less drama, not a lot less drama, but a little bit less drama in ER than there was on the soap. Friends was number three.
Have you
that-
ever watched Friends, Savannah?
No,
I've
seen
never.
Friends.
I've
You should stop what you're doing and watch Friends right
I
now.
Never
I
watched
used
it?
to watch. I remember like episodes and like clips, but I never watched it regularly. And now I'm afraid I'm gonna go watch it and I'm gonna hate it.
I only
I
said
don't
that
think
to
it's for me.
I only said that to Savannah because when Tinder was not down,
Yeah.
someone from Tinder was like, "You have to stop what you're doing right now and watch Friends."
You're like, I don't know if I can relate to these adults from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Frasier's number four. Number five is Monday Night Football. 60 Minutes. The Practice. That was about lawyers.
Oh wow.
Touched by an Angel was number 8.
What about Ally McBeal? Where's that on the list?
That's not on the list. Was Alan McBeal? It was on at that time. But it's not on the list. Touched by an Angel.
They had a unisex bathroom, and we're far ahead of their time.
They did. They had some really weird. That show was one of those where it was like it was good. There was a lot of you don't have to watch every single episode, but there was a lot of good spots in that.
Was that before or after Krista? Was her name Krista Flockhart?
Callista Flockhart,
Callista Flockhart dated
Harrison Ford. That was before.
Oh wow.
She she came back and she was on that Brothers and Sisters show a couple years ago, and then
Oh,
she
was
came.
that Sally Field?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
And but yeah, she did.
Balthazar Gaddy
But that
too.
was but that's what introduced us to Portia de Rossi was Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
Law and Order's number 9, and then Everybody Loves Raymond was number 10, which I've never watched and I've never had the urge to.
I think I watched it a little bit, but
I just like it because it spawned off the title Everybody Hates Chris, which I think was great that they named their entire show off the one show concept. Let's see. Popular music. The biggest pop artists of 1999 included the Backstreet Boys.
yeah.
Brad Paisley.
They had the album Millennium,
Yeah.
so it makes sense that they would have been popular because it was right
Right?
At the turn.
Yeah.
That was the first CD I ever got.
Was it?
Yeah, I got a
Really?
CD player for my birthday, and that CD cut to. But if you go back to when I got my first cassette player and cassette tape, it was Alanis Morissette's "Jagged Little Pill." So my music taste got worse before it got better. Though I'll tell you though, when Backstreet Boys come on, I still very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel guilty at all that it's like catchy music. And-
I actually like Backstreet Boys better than NSYNC.
Oh no.
At the time, I liked NSYNC more, but now in
Yeah,
retrospect,
that's
Backstreet Boys is better.
mine is
One
the
of my
best.
favorite things about that Seth Rogen movie, "This Is the End," was spoiler alert, the end when the Backstreet Boys come and sing. Everybody, that was really good. Brandy was popular. Brian McKnight, what did he sing? Back at One?
Yeah.
Was that back?
Gonna start
Back
back
at
at
One?
one.
Yeah. Britney Spears, Bewitched, C'est La Vie. Cher, Christina Aguilera, Deborah Cox.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
What's the name of the song?
That's Deborah. Is that Deborah Cox?
I don't know. That doesn't
That's-
know.
I've never heard
How-
that name in my life, so I don't know.
How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I've done that love thing for the last time. I'm gonna look it
Okay.
up. That's Deborah Cox.
Destiny's Child, Eminem, Enrique Iglesias, Eve, Faith,
Oh,
Faith
EVE.
Evans, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, Jessica Simpson, Kelly Price,
Kelly Price.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh my God, she looks like. Who is that?
Tyra Banks.
No. Oh, I was thinking RuPaul, but
Oh, kind of. Yeah, I wonder if she's like 6'7". Mariah.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
Yeah, there we
Held
go.
the record for longest running #1 single on Billboard's Hot R&B Hip Hop.
Yeah.
14 weeks, and it was held for 8 years.
Jeez.
And you guys don't remember it.
No.
Oh.
Do you remember that? I don't know if it was 99, but do you remember Blue Cantrell?
Yes.
Hit
Hit 'em
him up
up
style.
style.
Yeah.
Is it Oops? Was that in parentheses?
Yeah, it was
Hit 'em
something
up
like
style.
oops. Yeah, back when people used to really utilize the parentheses in
The
titles.
parentheticals.
Yeah, so like you had like was it D'Angelo was untitled parentheses How Does It Feel? Was that D'Angelo?
Yeah. and
Why
he's-
not just call the song How Does That Feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that video was just him shirtless, but
Yeah.
right above. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The V muscle.
Yeah.
Just showing off.
And then what happened to him? I don't know. Let's see. We got Mariah Carey, Missy Elliott, Montel Jordan, Nas, 98 Degrees, NSYNC, Pearl Jam, Puff Daddy, before he was P. Diddy, before he was Diddy, before he was back to Puff Daddy.
What I saw an article online, and it said Puff Daddy changes his nickname again, and this is the worst one yet. I wouldn't click it though.
I think he just goes by Sean Puffy Combs.
Right? Yeah. I like
Oh.
Diddy was fine. P. Diddy, he lost me on that one.
It's all dumb to me.
Yeah. Q-Top. Not Q-Tip, unless it's a typo. Q-Top. R. Kelly, Ricky Martin, Rob Thomas, Santana, Shania
Livin' La Vida
Twain,
Loca.
Smash Mouth, Sugar Ray, TLC, Vega Boys. Vanga Boys?
What did they sing?
The Vega bus is coming and
Oh my
everybody's
gosh.
jumping. You remember that song? Yeah. That was because it was called Vanga Bus, and they were the Vanga Boys. That's the only reason I remember it.
Is that were they one hit wonders?
I think so.
Oh,
I think they were European though, so maybe they had other hits across the pond. Whitney Houston, Will Smith, and Wyclef Jean. That was the top.
Will Smith. Oh, okay. Will Smith's album "Getting Jiggy with It" was
Yeah.
probably 98 or 99.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like something to be proud of, but I can probably rap every word
Yeah.
on that album.
It's so funny because like you grow up and you think like I feel I can still do Bills 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 by Destiny's Child,
Yeah.
and then looking back and I'm like that's not really that impressive.
No.
Because it's not really rap, but at the time as a little white kid I was like I can sing this whole song. Number one hits of '99, I'm Your Angel, R. Kelly and Celine Dion.
You don't remember this?
No,
I am your angel.
I can't remember R. Kelly before the Piss on You thing. Like I can't. I was not. I remember. I Believe I Can Fly from Space Jam.
Better.
Yeah.
But I've
Yeah.
I've never seen Space Jam.
What? Oh yeah, I think we
Are you
discovered this
kidding?
already.
Okay.
Wait,
this
wait.
is 3 strikes.
I missed it as a kid, and I thought, why see it now? I'm an adult.
Wait, you've never seen it?
No, I don't like basketball.
You're never allowed.
I'm not a big fan of Looney Tunes either.
You're never allowed to Game Master the
commie.
Night again.
Sorry,
But fun fact, I learned from our mayor,
yeah,
Derek Dobies, that Space Jam is the only animated film or the first animated film that won a Grammy for its soundtrack. Is that
oh
right?
nice,
Really?
Probably
that.
because of that song.
yeah, that was everywhere. That song.
Speaking of Derek Dobies and Space Jam, he unfriended.
Someone because they
Because-
had never watched Space Jam.
She said, "I've never seen Space Jam," and they just clicked the unfriend
Good,
button.
good thing I'm not his friend on fan. I wouldn't be now. Then there was also "Have You Ever" by Brandy.
Oh yeah.
"Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears.
Wow, she's just emerging. Oh no,
No,
that's the second
that's a
album.
different one.
Yeah, "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
That's her first.
My lo-
So
yeah.
she was just emerging in 1999.
Then there was "Angel of Mine" by Monica. Monica and Brandy at the same time.
And
The
then
Boy Is
Mine.
Who'd you choose in that fight? I chose Brandy because I liked her hair better. That was the reason.
If probably Brandy, if it gets me closer to Ray J, her brother.
Really, even now?
Yep.
Okay.
She's seen all she needs to see.
She's
She
like
knows.
even more so now.
Yeah.
"Believe" by Cher, "No Scrubs" by TLC, R.I.P. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. "Livin' La Vida Loca" by Ricky Martin. That was a summer jam. That was during the Latin explosion. Because it was Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez, and Mark Anthony, so you only needed 3 people to be a Latin explosion. Enrique Iglesias was then too. But Jennifer Lopez, "If You Had My Love."
Oh.
Destiny's Child, "Bills, Bills, Bills," and Will Smith's "Wild Wild West." Christina Aguilera, "Genie in a Bottle," and "By Lamos" by by Enrique Iglesias. That was when I started Spanish in high school. The only Spanish word I knew, "By Lamos," was to dance because of that song.
I think you're saying it wrong.
By Lamos.
Is it a double L?
No. BAILAMOS.
Oh.
By Yamos, if it was double L.
Yeah, so it's one L.
Just one L. Bailamos. Okay. This now I grabbed this quiz from Sparkle. It's just a general, like I asked the question about the year and you tell me what you think the answer is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This tender is introduced on the world currency market, January 1st of 1999.
Is it PayPal?
Nope, it's a type of
Bitcoin.
currency.
Euro.
Euro is correct.
Hey.
The euro
Oh.
didn't exist until 1999.
I didn't
Now
understand
almost
the
all of their
question.
countries. This man became president of Venezuela. He was president up until like 2 years ago when he died. Any ideas?
I'm-
Hugo Chavez.
Oh, I knew that name.
Yeah.
Didn't know why I knew the
Bill
name.
Clinton is acquitted during the first proceedings of this type
Impeachment.
since the presidency of Andrew Johnson. He was impeached. While attempting to circumnavigate the globe, Colin Prescott and Andy Elson set a new endurance record after being aloft for 233 hours and 55 minutes in this type of vehicle.
hot air balloon.
Yes.
Okay.
That was her answer. No, it's fine.
I was just slower than you. Like, I was really excited because I finally knew one, and then she said it before me.
I was giving a total guess. I was just guessing because it said aloft. So.
Aloft. Hungary, Poland, and how do you say Czechia?
Chechnya.
Not Chechnya, but it's how you say the Czech Republic.
Czechoslovakia?
No,
Czech Republic?
Czechia. Okay,
we get
so they don't technically call it the Czech Republic in there. They call it something else, and they have for years, but we don't do that. Anyway, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Poland all joined this world body.
The United Nations.
Close. As
The
in, that's
World
not-
Health Organization.
No.
I don't know.
Then
NATO.
yes, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This film, starring Joseph Fiennes and Gwyneth Paltrow, wins Best Picture on the 71st
Shakespeare in
Academy
Love.
Awards. Yes.
Hey.
This man is found guilty of second-degree murder for administering a lethal injection to a terminally ill man.
Kevorkian.
Yes. From Michigan.
Kevorkian. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Kevorkian.
It's Kevorkian, but I knew you knew what you meant. The new Canadian territory is formed from part of the Northwest Territories. They got a new territory.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I only know this one because it's my favorite because of the way it sounds.
Saskatchewan?
Nope.
Newfoundland.
Nope. But you're close. Starts with an N.
Naugatuck.
Nope. Nunavut.
Nunavut. That's right.
As in you're getting
Didn't
Nunavut.
even know.
Alright, you'll get Smoot. Okay. A notorious shooting occurred at a school in Colorado.
Columbine.
Oh.
Yep. The president of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia is indicted for war crimes. I don't think I've ever heard of this man's name.
What is it then?
Milcevic?
Yeah, we all know him.
I never learned that in school.
Go way back.
This famous Da Vinci artwork is placed back in display in Italy.
The Mona Lisa?
Nope.
Wait, is that Da Vinci?
But he also painted this famous painting.
The Last Supper?
Yes, I was going to say we reenacted it when we were on vacation.
We tried to really poorly, but yeah.
Well, there wasn't 12 of us, so. The government of this country announced that it will include the estimated value of its illegal drug crops in its gross national product.
It's got to be Colombia.
Yes. The son of this American president dies when his plane crashes off the coast of Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts.
Oh, got to be Ted Kennedy, right?
What was the son of?
Oh,
And it wasn't Ted
President Kennedy.
Yes.
Is it John F. Kennedy?
Yes. And it was John F. Kennedy Jr. who died. This company released the iBook line of laptops.
Apple?
Yep.
Hey.
The Russian president fires his prime minister and his entire cabinet.
It's got to be Putin.
Nope.
No?
Putin hadn't become Russian president yet. He was bald and he had a big birthmark on his head.
I have no idea.
Boris Yeltsin. Or maybe I'm thinking of Gorbachev. He had the birthmark.
Gorbachev.
Tear down that wall.
She
NASA
knows things.
NASA lost the climate orbiter that was sent to this planet due to a mathematical error.
I'm guessing Mars?
Yes. Probably because we don't. No, that's not going to be. I would say we don't use the metric system.
She's asking really hard questions.
This is just a year in review. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be able to answer half these. We'll skip that one. The Chicago Bears running back nicknamed Sweetness died of a rare liver disease.
The Bears.
Do you know, Savannah?
No. I don't know any of these.
Walter Payton.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard
I've
the
heard
name.
that
I
name
couldn't have told
before.
you. All right. John Carpenter became the first game show millionaire by winning this game show.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yes.
Wants to be a millionaire?
Yes. And fear that computer systems would suffer worldwide breakdown.
Y2K.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait, was he the one who used phone a friend on the last one just to let his mom
Yes!
know? Like,
Yeah.
such a badass. He's like, I'd like to phone a friend.
Yeah.
And then he phones a friend. He's like, hey, Mom, just want to let you know that I won $1 million because the answer is this.
Yes. That was him.
boss.
Yep.
Yeah. 1999. How old would you have been, Savannah?
I was 12.
12. I would have been 11 at the beginning of the year, 12 by the end of the year.
I was
Been
3.
9.
9.
You were not 3.
I was 3. I'm 21 now. Is that the right math? Yeah.
Sure. We're not even gonna.
I was 14.
Yeah. Okay. So middle school.
Yep, I was in 5th grade. I loved NSYNC and Britney Spears.
Yeah. I remember being the first person in 5th grade to get the NSYNC CD because I saw them on Disney Channel.
Yes, the live performance in Orlando.
And I liked it so much that I begged my mom to take me to the store, and we bought it at FYE at the mall.
I Want You Back.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sam Goody then?
No, not in the. I don't think so. There was a
No.
Sam Goody at the Battle Creek Mall, but the one in Jackson I think was FYE at the time.
I went to Disc Jockey. Do you remember that in Jackson?
Where what
Mancino's,
was
by Mancino's.
Oh, no.
That's where I used to get Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Go wait out
concert
line,
tickets. Yep.
in line outside, and you just beg them to get it right because you want good seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What performances were you seeing at that period of time?
I've been a concert goer my whole life. I don't
Nice.
remember. I saw Backstreet Boys
Yeah.
when I was about 14 or 15.
Nice.
I saw NSYNC, Mandy Moore.
Oh, Mandy Moore.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You could have not told me at the time that she was gonna have a relevant career now.
Yeah. It's relevant?
Well, she's on
in
This Is Us.
This Is Us. Yeah. And she's very pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she realized that singing just wasn't going to be her main thing anymore. So,
She also married Ryan Adams for a point.
That's
and
true.
That was a fun time for me.
yeah.
Were you involved or?
I set them up. No big
I just
deal.
like Ryan Adams. And
I thought I was setting up with Brian Adams. I got a little confused, but it worked, so we're fine.
It's Ryan Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a singer named Brian Adams.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I get the joke.
Sing Summer of '69. People yell that at Ryan Adams concerts all the time.
What is the Bryan Adams song?
Summer of '69.
Love?
And he did the song
Robin
from,
Hood.
Yeah,
What is it
Everything I
called?
Do, I Do It
Everything
For
I do,
You.
I do it for you.
Yeah.
Everything I do.
It was him and Rod Stewart and somebody else, and they sing the song. And they had the music video had clips from the movie back when they used to do that. And they would put clips from the movie into the music video.
Speaking of that, what was the one with Queen Latifah where she was like a bank robber? Is it
Set
Get It
It-
Off?
Set It Off.
Set It Off. Get It Off.
Set it off with her and
What was the song? Because that's how I remembered that.
What's It Gonna Be?
Yes.
I still have that song. It
In
was
Vogue.
Yes.
I just listened to that song the other day.
It's such a good song. I think I remember not seeing the movie because I would have been too young to understand it. But I really liked the song. But yeah, the music video was them singing in front of a group of people, and then it would cut to clips of the movie.
Was she a lesbian in that movie?
I think so.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Living her best life.
She had a period there where she was the butch woman and everything. Every time they put her with other women, she was the butch one. And I was just because she's tall and a little sturdier.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
She's pretty glamorous now.
yeah.
Yeah. She was Easy Breezy Beautifuls.
CoverGirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was their face for a while.
I still like the fact that she goes by Queen Latifah, even though she doesn't make music the way she used to.
Is that not her name?
No, her name's Dana Owens. Her real, a legitimate name.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, but if
never
there's some
knew that.
actors who become Ice-T's the same way, or Ice Cube, they just may as well just use this name, even though I'm gonna actually be doing. But The Rock does it a little, but he does
Dwayne
Dwayne
Johnson.
The Rock
Dwayne-
Johnson.
Yeah, The Rock Johnson.
Because I just think it's funny when you see a movie and it's starring The Rock. It's just it's kind of funny,
That's neat. Yeah, that he's kind of changed it. That he's,
right?
I guess, stepped away from the Rock.
I can still smell what he's cooking.
Yeah.
So can my mom. She really likes him.
I like him as
I
I
like
like him a lot as I think he's a good actor and he's got he's got a personality. He's very charismatic.
But I'm not attracted to him.
yeah,
at
but
all.
he's too much for me. It's too much. Just
Too
that's-
muscly for you.
Yeah, and he's rocking all those tattoos, which is fine. But it adds to the intimidation factor of all the muscles.
He's only got the big one.
He's got a couple, but yeah, he's got that big one on his chest. Well, I feel the same way about what's his name was just in Justice League, Jason Momoa.
You don't like Jason Momoa?
No, he's too much.
Yeah, there's a better version of him. Actually, not a version of him at all because he's probably like, but I think he's from. His name's Devin, and he was a contestant on this season's Survivor.
Okay.
Just so gorgeous.
Was he like not as buff?
He was skinny as a rail.
Oh yeah.
But he was Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So that's
So was what's his name from American Idol? Sanjaya. Wasn't he? Do you remember that when
I thought
it was like
he was like Indian.
he was like terrible, but people kept pushing him through just to see if they could.
Well, there was a website called Vote for the Worst.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this? Votefortheworst.com, and they would rally behind the worst
Yeah.
contestant. And so every week you would log on to Vote for the Worst to see who you had to vote for.
Well, there was a period of time where all those shows came out and people got fed up with them, so they're like, because they kind of realized, well, it's not really talent as much as it's just like people who look
Votes.
attractive.
Yeah, it was all.
And so people like there was a real big backlash of like those types of shows and people like wanting to see them. Well, there
Well,
was.
and I think that's how The Voice came about, right?
Yeah, yeah. Even though I'm sorry, but all the people they have audition are automatically attractive.
Well, you have to audition to audition.
yeah,
don't you?
so it's not like by turning their chair they're going to get someone hideous who sounds amazing. They're just going to be decent looking with a great
couple
voice.
times.
The only thing I
Hideous
can
though,
think
not
of
like maybe
is-
by TV standards, but
The only thing I can think of is I think it was Britain's Got Talent.
oh, with like
But
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle, yeah.
Yeah.
She was kind of.
And they were like ready to dismiss her right away. I don't like
Ah.
Simon Cowell. Just
Yeah.
looking at his ugly face, just
Dream to dream.
yeah. There was a thing I remember because every year,
Pitiful.
every year the BBC does like a year in review show. They have a bunch of celebrities and like comedians, and they talk about. And they had one from a couple years ago when Susan Boyle was gonna, because she's still bigger over there than she is over here.
Yeah.
She released her second album, and and they started a website called Susan's Album Party, but the way it's spelled, it said Sue's Anal Bum Party. And it was like this big news thing at the time, and I can't think of Susan Boyle without thinking
Sue's anal bum party. That's funny.
Anal bum party.
Yeah.
That's funny. She's pitiful to me.
Aww. They did what was it? E used to do a
True Hollywood
story on her, and I remember watching like 5 minutes of, and it was not really eventful, but they tried to make it dramatic as much as they could. Because they did one for everybody.
Susan Boyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was her True Hollywood story?
Well, it was-
Did she
she-
work for like an insurance firm or something
No,
like that?
she was just a really like, because her big thing like when she was on the show was like that she'd never like been in a relationship and all this stuff, and it was like because she was ugly, and there was like it was essentially like she just didn't like, she was really introverted and didn't like have a lot of friends growing up, but she sang really well. And there was one story where she was hired to come sing on a local television show in Scotland, Ireland, wherever she was from, and they like made fun of her when she was on the show, and like that was her big like setback, was she was introverted and they made fun of her. Like when it compared to like some musicians who like grew up in like Eminem, who grew up with like an abusive mother in a trailer, it doesn't seem as bad, but they gotta find something to talk about.
Susan Boyle is not from 1999.
No,
Neither is William Hung, but it's great if we're talking about, these types
early
of contest
2000s,
shows.
close to 99. Yeah. Yes.
He really
She
made an
bangs.
impact.
She
Yeah.
bangs.
Yeah, and he had that whole album. That was the album cover was him like with a bunch of. It looked like a photo from a college application, like a college brochure, because it was him like a bunch of people behind him, and he was like putting his fist up in the
Oh,
air,
yeah.
or he was Nazi saluting. I don't remember.
I couldn't decide if he knew that he was being made
I
fun
don't
of,
think he did.
or if he just like didn't.
They legitimately had a TV show. I want to say it was like on VH1 or something. It was on cable network, where it was people who were terrible singers and they wanted to see who would be the worst singer, but they told all the audience that the people who were performing had terminal illnesses so that they wouldn't boo them.
Oh.
I don't think it finished. I think they like lasted a
Is
couple
this
episodes.
real?
Yeah, it was an actual. There was a period of time where all those reality shows got really, really terrible.
Well, remember before Extreme Makeover was Home, and it
Yeah.
was just your extreme, and they would take you and do all kinds of
Like the
plastic
Swan.
surgeries.
Yeah, the Swan
new
was one.
teeth, new hair, and like be like, this was how ugly she was before.
Yes.
Now look how beautiful she is. And they look at themselves in the mirror and they just cry.
yeah.
I never at the time realized how terrible that was.
And it was always like we put makeup on them. We gave them fake teeth. We like ripped out their teeth and gave them fake ones. We like made them
Waxed their eyebrows.
Yeah, we axed their eyebrows. They like dropped 20 pounds and this is it. And we put them in a gown.
Well, there was Extreme Makeover too,
Yeah.
where they would do like actual plastic surgery and change their face.
their
like,
nose if they hated their nose.
There was
or
there was a
whatever.
big trend of that where it was like now they have just pretty much like botched, but they had I Want a Famous Face on MTV. Where people would be like, I want to look like Kate Winslet, and they would just follow them around while they went to got plastic surgery to look like Kate Winslet.
What about the boot camp, Bridezilla boot camp?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking? Plastic surgery.
Yeah.
To have your dream wedding, and they would do these boot camp
jeez.
challenges, and whoever won would get whatever plastic surgery they wanted. So like boob lift or a new
And
nose
yeah.
or their whatever eye
Yeah.
lift or whatever,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they competed for it, and then the last one got their dream wedding with their whole new face and their liposuction.
and I bet their marriage lasted.
a long time.
Yeah.
Super long time.
Jeez.
Did you hear about the? It was in an Asian country, but this Asian man married an Asian woman and thought she was beautiful, and they had ugly kids
Yeah.
because she was all plastic surgeryed. Like she had all the plastic surgery, so he ended up divorcing her and suing her because he was like false advertisement or something
Yeah.
for the kind of kids they were gonna have. Did you read about that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's married to her and he's never seen like a childhood photo or
Right?
any of her
Seriously,
high
yeah.
school photos.
Or they never
before
had a
the
conversation
surgery.
that was like, man, I don't know if I'd ever get plastic surgery. How about you? Oh, well, funny story.
What kind of nose runs in your family?
Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying like some like if you don't know the person before, and then some surgeries they can do really well. But if you get a lot of plastic surgeries, it's kind of easy to tell people who've had a lot of work done
Because they look like a cat?
Yeah, because no one's nose looks like. Well, yes, plastic surgery people start looking the same
Yeah, they all kind of look similar.
when they start to get more and more
Yeah,
stuff
Britney
done.
Spears' new mouth.
Yeah, those fake Lisa Rinna lips where it's like really puffy at the top.
I want those.
Bad.
But they I mean, which is fine, but you look like you've had your lips injected. They don't look natural at all. But if you don't mind them not looking natural,
No, there's a
It's
right
your
way to do it,
prerogative.
and I don't think that's it.
I don't know. I just think like they have those like botch shows now and stuff where it's like people who like I went to get a nose job and I went to the Philippines because it was cheap. And now my nose doesn't work. You know?
My nose
It's
doesn't
like,
work.
It's like hanging off the
My
side.
nose is just tilted to the left.
Like now it permanently has a thing sticking through the side of it, and it's been that way for 10 years. And you're like, wow.
Didn't something like that happen to Michael Jackson?
Yeah, his nose
just
collapsed
fell
because he
off,
kept making
yeah.
it smaller and smaller. He had a obsession with Peter Pan though, and they say that he was trying to make his face look like Peter Pan with the cartoon.
Tragic.
I maintain that you can't be.
he was a
fake-
gorgeous black man.
right. He was
like,
he
should've
was a
just-
cute
yeah.
kid. He looked fine in the 70s.
And is there an entertainer that's bigger than him?
That's true. But that's the thing is, like everyone, he was so talented that we overlooked all the weird stuff about him because he was so good. But I still maintain that you can't be that famous that young and not have something wrong with you later.
Yeah.
Like some are better because their family balances it.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. Like, and she went through that whole.
She went through the drugs, but she's pretty
fine
well adjusted now.
Or they have some people who like they do well because their family maintains, or they like get out of the industry. Like Mara Wilson, who was in like Matilda and stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
She like doesn't act anymore, and I think your brain is rewired, and it affects your adulthood if you're that.
Well, when you're that
famous,
young, you just have people around you to,
feed your ego. And,
feed your ego, and your every need is taken care of.
and then
Anything
suddenly,
you want.
they
Yeah.
don't, and that must be really hard for a kid to be like, "You're great, you're wonderful," and then suddenly it'd be like, "Well, we don't want you in things because you're either too old now or whatever." And that must be really like, because that's hard as an adult to be like, "We want you," and then we don't. I can imagine with like kids how messed up, and if you don't have people in your life that balance that,
yeah.
you get real weird. Especially if you have stage parents who like they want you to be famous because that's how they make all their money, like Macaulay Culkin's family or the Jacksons.
Is it just Macaulay and Rory, or was there another one?
There's another younger one who was in the last Scream movie, Scream 4, who's Kieran.
Oh yeah, Kieran Culkin.
And they have two sisters, but I don't think the sisters were like in stuff, but they weren't ever like actors. But the two younger ones I think were better adjusted than the older one because Macaulay Culkin's. I mean, he's all right, but he's a little
Yeah, he's still weird.
weird.
Yeah.
He's in a band.
Speaking
that sings
of,
about pizza.
didn't Macaulay Culkin, wasn't he in that movie Saved?
Yes, with Mandy Moore.
With Mandy Moore. There we go. Full circle. That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
Amanda Bynes.
And what's her name's daughter? Susan Sarandon's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
She was really good in it. As like the tough girl.
Yeah,
who,
what was her name? It's weird name.
Ava.
Amuri. Ava Amuri.
Yeah, yeah. That one was a good. I didn't expect that to be good when I saw it. 'cause
Neither did I. It
seemed
was
kinda-
real good.
Yeah.
You
That
should watch Save.
Mandy Moore has definitely become a better actress since then. Like she wasn't that good in Princess Diaries. Do you remember the Princess Diaries?
I
Mandy
never
Moore-
saw it.
Well,
With
she was
Anne
just-
Hathaway?
She was just the evil.
Yeah, but she was like really terrible at it. Like she played it like a 1980s after school special.
Oh, she was in that.
She was
Yeah.
like Lana the.
She was the bitchy.
Did
chick,
you ever read
yeah.
the Princess Diaries when you were younger?
I did
book
not.
series? The book's so much funnier than the movie. It's like weirder. Like there's a whole thing about her obsession with her cat that's played up, and then her friend has a stalker. It's like a really. It's not like dark, but it's a lot like quirkier than the movie came out. But the movie was made by what's his name? Who made Pretty Woman? So that's why it was a little on the bland side.
Oh,
Gary Marshall.
You think Pretty Woman is bland?
I like Pretty Woman, but well. Have you ever read the original or like heard about the original script?
No.
It was like a straight up drama. She was like addicted to drugs. There was a scene where she was raped. Like it was a like our movie, and he brought it down to a PG movie, which is fine. But I think he does that to things. I think he takes all the like the weird stuff out of everything and makes them really kind of fit more into a box.
Well, it worked with Pretty Woman.
It did work with Pretty Woman.
well, I mean, maybe he just likes. Has he ever done like sad drama movies, or is he
I
just
don't
more of
know. I think he does more
upbeat.
upbeat stuff.
Just doesn't want to be sad and depressed while
That's true.
making a movie.
He did all those like, and I never saw it. Those like Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve
Oh my
movies
gosh.
with all the people in them.
Those are something.
It's pretty much
Taylor
like who
Swift.
can I call and invite to be in
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie, and that's what ended up with.
Oh, wasn't Corey Monteith in that? Or was it Leah Michele? It was just Leah Michele.
Michelle,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's a couple. Well, I don't think he directed, but he was in Soap Dish. Did you ever see Soap Dish with
No,
Sally
never heard of
Fields?
it.
I did.
So good. It's set in the like early 90s, late 80s, and it's like right when like soap operas were still like a really big, like right before they kind of peaked and people stopped watching them. And it's a fictional soap opera and all the crazy people that are actors in it. But he plays the executive. But Robert Downey Jr.'s in it as his second in command, who's trying to keep him from finding out about all the weird stuff happening. And Robert Downey Jr. did it right at his height of his addiction. So the whole movie, he's just got clear like cocaine, like he's like
Leonardo
tweaking all the
DiCaprio.
time.
Leonardo DiCaprio was famous when he was younger
Yeah,
and isn't apeshit.
that's true. I'm sure he's got his proclivities, but I don't think they're anything like.
He wasn't super young though when he got famous, was he?
was
He was
pretty
in
young.
one of the, was it not Gremlins or Critters when he was
Critters
like
3.
6 or
Or
7.
Critters. Was it Critters 3?
It was one of those, but he was really young in those. But he was on TV like later on because he was in
Spoon?
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains. Was
As,
it Growing
as
Pains?
back when there was a trend in where your family took in a homeless kid. That was like a thing for a while on TV shows. It was like, we'll take in the homeless kid or like the friend of somebody, or we let that weird strange guy sleep in a van in our driveway, like on Step by Step. Do you remember that show?
Yeah. I'm trying to see his face, though. I remember him sleeping in the van.
His name was Cody.
Step by step.
Day by day. I don't know. There was a lot of weird.
Things I don't remember, I remember.
Yeah.
Until you say them.
I think of all the.
Was Step by Step Kirk Cameron?
No, that was Growing Pains.
Oh.
Step by Step was what's her name? Suzanne Summer, and Patrick Duffy.
And that was on TGIF, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a TGIF.
Do you remember TJF?
Yeah, do you remember any shows from TGIF?
No.
You never watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch or?
I did watch that a couple of times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't something I watched all the time. I honestly thought that was on, like, Nickelodeon, Nick at Night or something.
It seemed like it did seem like
That
what
was
type of shows that
Snick.
would be. Oh,
Snick.
Snick! I love Snick.
The Orange Couch.
Yes.
And they just posted on Facebook. It was like going around the first episode ever of the Midnight Society.
Are You Afraid of the
Are
Dark?
You Afraid of the Dark? I watched the whole thing while I was on the toilet.
I've gone back and watched because there's a channel on YouTube that has almost all the episodes up. And granted, I mean, obviously a lot of them are like they're not scary, but some of them really hold up as far as like stories go.
Yeah,
like they're
it
still
wasn't bad.
really well done.
I wasn't mad at it.
No.
No.
Do you remember they used to have a show on Snick that was on called Roundhouse? And it was a bunch of like 20-something dancers, and it was all done in like a studio space, and the audience was sitting around them, and they had like minimal props. It was kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, but like with dancers and and they would like create like skits and stuff, like, but then they would dance in between.
Never.
Oh, I loved it so much.
Do you remember Kids Incorporated?
Yes, with Fergie.
Fergie was on it. Yeah. Do you remember Kids Incorporated?
Stacey Ferguson. We lost them, both of them. They're not interested anymore.
Nope.
I was gonna look up TGIF's lineup history, like in 1999. Try to bring it back to what was on. Okay, TGIF 1999. The Hughleys.
Never watched it.
DL.
DL Hughley. Boy Meets World.
Yes.
We all
Loved
watched
Boy
that.
Meets World.
Again, that's something I thought was on Disney.
So TGIF
yeah. The
was,
reruns used to be on Disney.
Okay.
Like
So
well
TGIF
after.
was on ABC. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was the Hughleys, Boy Meets World, Odd Man Out.
I think I can see like the logo for it.
American sitcom. Let's see, let's see who was on it. 15-year-old Andrew, Eric Von Detten, and he had a bunch of sisters.
Eric Von Detten.
Yes.
Now I wish I would have watched it.
Do you like Eric Von Detten?
I sure do.
Did you remember watching So Weird with Eric Von Detten?
Yeah, I sure do.
And Brink.
Brink.
Oh, Brink.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, Brink.
All right. Sabrina the Teenage Witch was also on, and Making the Band
Oh, wow.
gosh.
no, that was before Diddy because they made.
So that wasn't O-Town?
This would have been O-Town was the first one, then Da Band was the second one, and then Puff Daddy took it over and he made Danity Kane.
Danity Kane.
Day 26,
Don't know.
because he had a rap group at the first Making the Band was about a rap
Who's the
group.
redhead from Danity
Kane. That's like on all the reality shows. 'Cause
Aubrey
she's bawdy.
O'Day.
Aubrey O'Day.
Why do I have to? Why is that in my mind?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm wasting so much space. Yeah, that was on, was on 99. So before then, 98 through 99 was Two of a Kind with the Olsen twins.
Oh.
Did you ever watch that one?
I didn't.
Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Brothers Keeper,
Oh,
which I remember the ads for, but I don't think I ever watched.
I don't remember it.
Let's see.
Were
And
we lame because we know this? Like we were at home watching TGIF?
I have a friend in because her and her husband and me we watched a lot of TV as a kid, so we'll go back and forth and we'll look at her and we're like, "What'd you watch as a kid?" She's like, "I went outside and played." I was outside not having asthma, watching, just like watching TV and not watching TV at home and being active. I was like, "Good for you." Well, then the following year, 2000 to 2001, we got Two Guys and a Girl, or Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Okay,
Yeah.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Which I guess that's
That was a Friday night.
Well, this is post TGIF because technically TGIF finished in the 90s, like what they called TGIF. Norm, The Trouble with Normal, which I'd never heard of. Magician Men?
What?
No idea.
Okay, so that's when I started to not
Yeah.
be home on a Friday night.
Then after that, 2001 was The Mole, The Next Betrayal. I remember that.
I remember
show.
The Mole. What was you had to figure out who the
Who the mole
The
was,
mole
right?
was, yeah.
It was like Amazing Race style, right? Where it was like filmed all over, and they would like.
we should look that up. I wonder if
Maybe.
it's good.
America's Funniest Home Videos came back in 2001.
Watch that.
That was on all the time.
It was fun to watch, but
Once-
there were so many freaking commercials.
Once and Again.
Once and again.
That was the one about the blended family, and it had a really young, 3 names, blonde actress is on Westworld now.
Evan Rachel Wood.
Evan Rachel Wood was in it when she was like 10. 8 Simple Rules.
For Dating My Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the guy who died?
Yeah, John Ritter.
John Ritter. His son is on TV now.
Yeah, Jason Ritter. Did you ever see the movie Stay Tuned?
No.
It's John Ritter and Pam Dauber, and they are married, and they're having a strain on their marriage because he's upset. All he does is stay home and watch TV. And one night he's home and this guy comes to his house and is like, we have a new satellite TV for you. It's really funny looking at the technology at the time. So this huge satellite they put in his yard. It turns out he's the devil and they get sucked into the TV.
And that's John Ritter.
And it's John Ritter and his wife, and they're stuck in the TV, and then their kids come home, and their kids find out they're in the TV, and they're trying to get them back. But they, like, go through a game show. But it's because it's the devil. Everything's slightly satanic. So they, like, get stuck in it. It's like, it's 3 men and Rosemary's Baby, and it's, like, spitting bile. It's, like, TV, but really weird.
That sounds really fun.
It's such a good movie. We used to watch it all. We used to rent it from Pick of the Flicks in Albion. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Or as we like to call it, Who Dat Video. Because the woman behind the counter was always on the phone, and she was always... We were on the phone. She's on the phone one day when we came in, and she's like, "Who dat? Oh no, I don't know him. Who dat?" Like, and we just called it "Who Dat Video" from then on. We used to get that from that and Little Monsters. Do you remember that movie?
Little Monsters.
Yes.
That's the
Fred Savage.
the blue guy or like
Yeah.
purple guy. or
Yeah,
whatever.
and he lived on the monsters under the bed, and they had a whole land.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aw.
What kind of movies did you watch when you were a kid?
Just Disney Channel original movies. That's all I
Oh
watch.
man,
The Color of Friendship.
yes.
The Luck of the Irish.
You should have a conversation with Justin. That is his favorite Disney movie. Like
Really?
his favorite Disney Channel movie. He knows he can quote the whole thing.
The Luck of the Irish?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like,
Is
why
that Ryan
one?
Merriman?
Yeah, Ryan Merriman.
He was so cute then.
Mm-hmm. He still does stuff, doesn't he? Like
I don't
he
know.
showed up in one of the Halloween movies, and he was in that
Yeah. he
one of the
still
Final
acts.
Destination movies, the third one, I think, where they died in the tanning beds. Any idea?
Don't know.
Is that a wrap-up sign? All right. Well, we kind of kept it to 99.
Almost.
Yeah,
A little bit.
we digress. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us again.
Oh, you're talking to me.
I thought you were
so-
talking to your one listener.
sorry.
You're
Yeah,
so
sorry.
very welcome.
Thanks, and you guys can join us anytime.
It was fun.
Yeah, we'll have to
Thanks
come
for
up with
having
more
us.
topics that we can all talk about.
Yeah, because it was just me and you for a while. there.
For that, April's used to that. Sorry, Savannah. But we didn't talk about you know what at all.
We didn't say drag or Trump.
Yes.
Almost made an entire thing without drag
No
or
shot
Trump.
needed this time. Okay, thank you. Till next time. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Podcrashed.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Podcrashed.
Check out our website at www.podcrash.wordpress.com.
And email us at podcrash@gmail.com.
All music provided by Ben Sounds and Sound Taxi.
Listen to new episodes of Podcrashed posted every Tuesday on Podbean, iTunes, and your favorite podcast app.
Shut up and sit down.